Behold the construction excavator, and I'm so glad I can bring you this set and review it and share my thoughts about it. I think this set is very special. Would normally start the reviews by the smaller set. Not this time. This time I jumped right into this one. I really, since the official reveals, I was stoked. Yeah. And I have to say that without spoiling you the review, I have to say that all those expectations were met and then some. So yeah, let's jump right into it, and so I can share my thoughts and and play a bit with it, maybe.
Hello viewer, this is me from the future. I bring you a message. After going through the footage I took last night for the review, I noticed that the arm is not extended as it should. The connection here is in the wrong pinhole during the whole footage. This is now corrected after I looked at the box and noticed. Actually, you'll notice throughout the whole review, and if you're CD like me, you will not like it. Now, it would make no sense to re-review it, and I will also not remove those sections where I talk and kind of nitpick about something that I could not put my finger on, but it was this. That said, I hope this doesn't change your experience of the review. I hope this message from the future finds you well. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy the review. Let's go.
See, I feel like I could just say something like, just look how good it is, because it's objectively good. And then we could be done with the review. But yeah, not gonna do that. But still, I do want you to see how good this looks. Probably too close there, but I don't have a lot of room to do this. And sets are getting bigger. But yeah, anyway, let's start by looking at these side builds. So this comes with two little kind of road blocks, small, efficient build. These are prints, so that's welcome. Then we have a bunch of debris that you can build up and use for play, which is welcome. And let's take this out of the way and look at this. Now, objectively speaking, yes, this looks amazing. And there's a lot to love here. Let's start by the cabin, for example. The cabin design is pretty simple, but as everything that you want. There's some detailing with the security bars, roll cage there, also to avoid some debris to fall onto the cabin. The interior is really nicely done too. We have two little tiles with the bar to represent the joysticks, and a little command keypad in the center. So yeah, there's a lot of room here, especially because one of the minifigures has long hair under the helmet, the construction hat I mean, and so a lot of space to fit in minifigures. I like that they put this little air filter on top. And then in terms of the shaping, the design of this is very reminiscent of Volvo, so the yellow and black colorway. I like how they didn't go for just, all this yellow. No, they wanted some shaping done, and they did it nicely. It's layered with the little grills on the back. It's amazing. So here for the rounded shape of the back, they used some Speed Champions windshields, the 4 wide ones. This is a sticker, and in the back we have really nice shaping too for the back, which has the engine, and this also works a bit as a counterweight for the whole machine. And then this side is basically mirrored. There's a lot of construction on the side here. I kid you not, I felt like I was building brickheads at some point. It was that much of side construction, but to good effect, and really kudos for that, because they achieved a really good shaping here, and it's, yeah, really good, very believable. Yeah. Then of course we have a bit more of detailing here if you want to have your minifigure to just go up, and look at the engine, which we will look now too. So for added play features, we do have a little engine that you can remove, so it's easy to remove. Nicely modeled little engine, and just this little feature by itself helps bring so much more play to the set, you know, like, oh, the machine just, the excavator just is not working or whatever, and then you know, there's so much possibility by doing something like that. Then here on the side you start seeing parts of the technique construction for the more functional elements of the excavator, and trust me, this baby is really well fixed to the whole thing. Now I'm not sure for how long these hydraulic parts have been around, but they do the job perfectly. It's and they put 2 hydraulics for the main arm, and there's a lot of strength here, a lot of resistance, and you know that you can put this in whatever position you want and it will stay there, trust me. Then the whole arm, so in terms of building, you start by the main part of the excavator, and then you go to for the arms, for the arm, I'm sorry. And so the construction of this was really, how would you say this? It was fulfilling. There was no starting slow. No, you dived deep right into the good stuff, and I felt like the good stuff never ended until I had to put the tracks on. So that's like 82 tracks, I think, 41, yes, 41 on each side. So that was kind of hard. It was a bit anticlimactic for the end, but actually no, it went pretty well. The arm, so the arm is actually built on its side, so you can see this here. So this, a lot of what you see here are basically inverted tiles. They didn't go for that here, but it's fine. Then here we do have this arm here, which also has 1 hydraulic, and of course, contrary to contrary to real machinery, it's not at the center, because it would have been not impossible but hard, and they kept it simple. It works. On the box it might feel like it's too visible, the fact that it's on the side, but nah, at one point you don't even care anymore. It's just working. It works well, and that's really what matters. And now of course you can see a lot of the technique parts here. I mean, there's really no other way to do something like this without technique pieces, and I'm fine, of course, because the end result is amazing. For the bucket, again, we have 1 hydraulic. Again, it's on the side of the arm, and it works amazingly well. It's really top notch. Like I was saying about the resistance, I mean, those 2 hydraulics there can really, yeah, you can do some crazy stuff with this. I wish this could extend a bit more, but by doing that it would probably not allow for this to go this much. Yeah, probably not. but I might do some testing at one point. Then of course they top this off with the nice little detailing like this, the representation of the tubing for the hydraulic system, some gauges, of course, like I said, the air filter there, the little roll cage, and these are the little details that make this set feel so polished, so finished, so well finished. It's really that good. So the minifigures are pretty straightforward. They do their job. I personally like the high visibility vest here in orange, and the silver printed there on the front and the back. The yellow, it's a really bright yellow. It's not very opaque, but it kind of ends up working very well here. The minifigure, so nice building hat, long hair, no secondary face, earring height here, and yeah, it's pretty okay. Then we have the second minifigure with the jackhammer. Let's take it out. So also a construction hat, and it has the same high visibility vest, but it has the overalls on. So that's really nice, having those two layers and still keeping the silver there. So a lot of attention to this one in particular. The back is simpler, but yeah, it is what it is. Again, no alternate face, but surprise, we do have hairpiece. How cool is that? I wasn't expecting that. Not for this set, I was caught by surprise. And for the architect, we have a nice blueprint of the ice cream shop we got last year. Last year, I think? Now, what I don't understand is the 1:1 scale here. What are they talking about? That doesn't seem right. Not right at all. But really nice piece. Their architect with a nice suit. Now, of course, also a build security hat. Nice suit. No print on the legs, no need. On the back also. And again, a surprise. Now, we got Christian Bale here. Hopefully not like in American Psycho, because that would be a storytelling direction I would not want to have on this set. So the fact that they added the airpieces really, again, shows that they took this set seriously. They really wanted to be polished. They wanted to give us a really good product. And sometimes with Lego City, there's some loose ends here and there, but not in this one. This one really feels like they came together and they said this is the right decision to make, and they went through and they did it. The set feels complete. The set feels like it's almost premium. Yeah, I dare to say it. And yeah, so I'm really glad for that. Now, in terms of the building experience, like I was saying, you jump right into it, and there's no slowing down. The build of the set was, for me, it was really fulfilling, I have to say. And the little stickers that you put throughout the build really don't slow it down. That's really good. And then you're greeted with some really good techniques, like this is not on a turntable. It's actually a better system. Not sure how well it will hold up in terms of wear, but I like it very much. I won't spoil it to you. Probably already did by saying this, but I really like what they did for the turning feature of the Excavator. Then also the base is pretty pretty sturdy. As you can see here, this uses wheels with tires on each side, on the front and the back. So these are basically mirrored, and it works perfectly well. So there's no cheater wheel on the bottom. The cheater wheel, let's say, is integrated with the tracks. So you can see this kind of moving around a bit. I'm not sure this will ever fall out, but the way this is built, the track is restricted in this lateral movement. So I think that this is the most it will come out of the, yeah. So I think this is pretty safe. It's at least for me, it's a novel way of putting tracks together, and it works pretty well. Of course, even in a more slippery surface, it doesn't work bad at all. Now, if you want to turn, this will end up, of course, by sliding, but there's still some traction depending on how you turn it. Now, here also you have these 1x1 tiles. They're also printed. Yeah, overall, this set feels really polished and very finished, and it is kind of premium in my eye. I look at this, and this is what I would want as a kid, especially growing up around machinery like this. This is the set I wanted back then, but most importantly, I wanted it to now as an adult. And this makes me smile so much, and I just hope that Lego has more machinery like this on the works, because you can do like this mimics real life movements of an excavator so well that we never had probably in Lego form ever. This, I hope this is yeah, this is the look of what Lego is for us, or the future in terms of building machinery. You know, it's really good. Also, one thing to have I wanted to talk about, it's the yellow. So I'm not sure how this yellow will pass on camera. This is actually not yellow. It's bright orange. I think light bright orange, something like that. And it's fun because when I was putting this together, I thought about the steamroller we got this year. So I was putting it, I had it all apart, and so I built it again. And I was looking at the parts on my inventory, and I was saying, this yellow doesn't seem right, but it is. This is the normal Lego yellow, and this is, so the one I said, the bright orange, and the bright orange seems so much nicer than the yellow, at least in real life. I'm not sure if this will look like that on camera, but it's a shame that, because the colorway, the color theme they went for this one is very similar of this, and this was one of the things I really liked when this was released, was the black and yellow color scheme that is replicated here, but with a different yellow. Now I want this to be different color. Now, in terms of scale, yeah, so the scale is not off. So you see these kind of little steamrollers all the time, but if you need something a bit different, we have the backhoe loader that we got last year, which I felt was already okay. There's some shaping that I wish was a bit more realistic, but when you put them side by side, it's not far off. Even though this seems at times a bit off scale, a bit bigger, it's not exaggerated like the sets we had in the past. And I'm glad. We had these big sets like 10-15 years ago, like steamrollers that looked almost comically too big. We had big mine trucks, we had excavators, and they all felt too big. Right now it feels like they figure out this right scale to do this, and I'm really glad. I'm not doing a review of this one, of course, but I just wish that Lego would come up with a bucket for this. Something smaller than this, of course, because for me, backhoe loaders don't really, they have a bucket in the back. Of course, you can put different attachments, but in real life, you see them mostly with the buckets. So I hope that Lego comes up with a new part for that, because I really would like to adapt it. But yeah, again, this actually is exactly the same yellow as this one, so it's the bright orange. So that's nice. And yeah, but in terms of scale, I mean, I would probably like this to be one stud shorter. There would be plenty of space for all they put here inside. But yeah, actually probably not, because of the way it's constructed. There's always a lot of... Another thing they could have done is probably extend a bit the tracks, like one stud for each side. Yeah, maybe. But other than that, these are really nitpicks for me. The scale is a non-problem, because it plays well. I think it's just an extra, the fact that it's really close to minifigure scale, like very, very close. Now, if I was, and that would be probably the problem, if I was to build a truck with a trailer to transport something like this, it would be tricky, and let me show why. So I think that the big test for this is, right now we have the scale for Lego City Cars pretty much set at 6 wide. Then with the fenders, that goes up to 7. For trucks, it's kind of the same, but as the car transporter we have this year, the trailer kind of pushes the boundaries. The top platform for the cars is around 8 stud wide, plus the arms for the system for lifting those platforms. There's 1 extra stud on each side. That makes 10 stud wide trailer. Now for this, we would need a 8 stud wide at least trailer with extendable little arms to be able to accommodate the track. So that's actually something that you see in trailers that transport excavators like this. They have these side I don't know how to call it, but these side retractable little arms that basically allow for the tracks to rest on them. So I think it would be doable to do something in Lego in the exact same way. And if it passes that test, then yes, we have a true minifigure scale excavator. I need to look into it, because it might be reasonable to think that I can, yeah. Still, I think that if we go for a European truck, it might look a bit too small for this. We would need something big, kind of like the Lego truck we're getting this year, American truck. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty happy with this. This ticks all the boxes of a fan of Lego and machinery, and the design is absolutely exquisite. The building is straightforward, it's simple, but it's fulfilling. You feel like you're putting stuff together, a nice space, and you're building it. And at least for me, I was building it really so anxious to finish it, not because I wasn't having fun with the build, but because I knew where the build was leading to, and I really wanted to see it complete. And I haven't felt like that about a Lego set for a while. And so yeah, kudos to the Lego team for putting this together, and especially for allowing it to be made, because there's been a shortage of machinery in Lego form that I don't understand, and yeah, I want to see more of these. I want to see more building construction machinery like this in the future. So by the way, I took the review. It's pretty visible that I have strong feelings for this set. It ticks all the boxes. And you know, if it was a badly done job, it wouldn't tick as many boxes as it did. I think that all the factors just came together perfectly. You have a great design. They didn't look at expenses, and they didn't think, what if this set comes up at 80 or 90 euros? They manage it very well. Then we have 3 nice minifigures, one more than we probably would get in the past with the Architect, which I think is a really nice addition. But the bulk of it, the Excavator itself, it's so well achieved. There's a real sense of design. There's a really nice sense of how to put something like this together. And then there's a sense of defending this to their project manager or their product manager for sure, and saying, hey, this is really good. And what's more amazing is that they managed to do it at a price that is not bad. The MSRP is 55 euros, which should be $55 also. And I got it for 47. So if I felt that 55 wasn't absurd, 47 made it even more of a sweet deal for me. There's so much here, and I hope this is just the beginning of getting a really, I hope we're getting a wave of more construction sets. Construction, not like Lego construction, I mean construction like machines. I hope we get really nice, like a cement truck. I hope we get good bulldozer. I really want a bulldozer. I hope we have a front loader. I hope we get some really nice trucks used in construction of highways and stuff like that. Those like big dump trucks. Dump trucks? That doesn't seem right. It is a dump truck. Or a scraper. I don't know, the ones that load themselves. But I want to see a multitude of machines like this, and this one made me smile so much because I know the potential that is. If they manage to do this at a good price, imagine all the other sets they can do, and the range and the ability to create this construction site and in the Lego city. And again, it's something that you'll want more than one in your Lego city, because these, I won't say it's massable, but it's yeah, and it's such a view. It's so good. It's so good. I think it's the best Excavator Lego ever did, and they did just do something better than we had in the past. They went there and then some, and that's how good the set is. It plays fine. It plays good. The functions are great. It does what an Excavator is supposed to do. Nice minifigures, some side builds that help a bit. The design of it is just exquisite. It rolls good. I mean, what else can I say? I think my biggest vibe about this set is my hope really to see where this is going. And honestly, this has been at least for me, it's been a really strong city wave since the first day of 2024. And I don't know where we're going for 2025, but I'll be here watching. So yeah, I'm rambling a lot because I'm not sure how to put this, especially in English. It's not my first language, so sometimes it's hard to put some opinions out. But also because I ended up doing the review 3 times, because first time wasn't good, and the second time the camera was off. So my third recording is the one that you saw, and repeating myself doesn't make it better. So yeah, I have really strong feelings for this one, and I can recommend it like easily one of my top recommendations for this year for sure. If you're into construction machinery, this is a must-have. It's like Speed Champions. If there's a Ferrari and you're a big fan of Ferrari, and that Speed Champion set as a Ferrari and it looks good, you just buy it. And I would say exactly the same for this. For everyone else, if you have kids, I think they will have a blast playing with it because it's sturdy, and like I said, there's a lot of resistance from the hydraulics, and still it holds really well. Personally, yeah, strong set. So there you go. I wish I wouldn't ramble as much. I need to start being more objective, you know, less words, more meat. I need to work on that. So yeah, let's leave it as is. Otherwise I'll be starting rambling again, which I'm doing. Yeah, I'll see you again real soon with more reviews for the new summer wave. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, you know. I'll see you real soon.